dancers, painters, and yes, innumerable sculptors.
मेरी लाइट पड़ क्यों नहीं आ क्यों नहीं है लाइट ही नहीं आती
It all began in a distant hush on an enchanted moonlit night, when a lovely young woman, Hevali, bathed languorously in a forest pool. She was so beautiful that Chandra, the moon god, was captivated. He descended to earth and seduced her. As the first blush of dawn colored the sky, Chandrama reluctantly prepared to return to his celestial abode.
Oh, graceful one, I must leave now.
Oh, my lord, how shall I live without you?
My love, you shall bear a son, who will be a famous king, and found a great dynasty called Chandela, the moonborn.
A son?
He will immortalize the memory of our love.
A son? A son? I'm dishonored. How am I to face the world after this?
My beloved, our son shall build glorious temples to atone for our illicit love. But first, you must go to Khajuraho.
Hemvati traveled to Khajuraho, where she gave birth to Chandravarman, who it is said built 85 temples to atone for his mother's sin. History, however, tells it differently and ascribes the building of these superb temples to the Chandela kings between the 10th and 12th centuries. Early rulers grew to power, vassal chieftains of the Pratihara rulers of northern India, and generations of Chandela kings drew their swords repeatedly on behalf of their liege lords. The environs of Khajuraho often resounded to the tread of armies, the shrill of trumpets, and the rattle of battle drums, as Chandela forces marched out in martial order. In 914 AD, Chandela king Yashovarman attacked the fabled fortress of Kalinga, the strategic gateway to central India.
My lord, let us proceed to Khajuraho, the ancient seat of your ancestors. That is where we will celebrate our victory.
Not just celebrations, my queen. We shall build a temple there in gratitude to Lord Vishnu. Nothing but his valor has bestowed this glorious victory upon us.
Yashovarman reached Khajuraho. The ceremony was set. Musicians led the glittering cavalcade of richly caparisoned elephants, contingents of cavalry, their lances glinting in the sun, and infantry soldiers with drawn swords. Drums rolled and heralds chanted the king's glorious titles.
Maharajadhiraj, the king of Kalinja, Maharaj Yashovarman is arriving.
Aryajan,
Yes, Maharaj.
this is the site.
Wow,
Here I shall lay the foundation of my temple.
Excellent idea, Maharaj. The precinct is already sanctified by the earlier temples constructed by your ancestors. But Maharaj, who will be the temple's architect?
You must seek, Rajmantri. You must. Search every corner of the country. Look for a person whose architectural knowledge and expertise is unparalleled, whose wisdom is boundless, imagination unique, and vision radiant. Only such an architect can shape the temple of my dreams.
The temple site throbbed with activity as thousands of people worked to fulfill Yashovarman's dream. And as we worked, we taught our disciples the essence of our art.
My son, a celestial damsel will be sculpted from the stone. Remember the measurements I taught you?
Yes, Guruji. The size of the face must equal the palm. The body would be 5, 9 and 13 such parts. The chin should be half the forehead and
Enough, my son, enough. You have memorized your lessons well.
But Guruji, how do we infuse the figures with life and vitality?
By movements, my son, movements. By distributing the body weight. Look, the 3 turns of the body in this figure. The head is in one direction. The torso turns in another. And the knee is bent like this.
Truly marvelous, Guruji. It will appear as though this Naika has come alive and will descend from the temple wall and soon set foot on the ground. But tell me, Guruji, why do we sculpt figures of women on temples' facades?
Because woman is the root of creation in the universe. Right from the birth to upholding the cultural tenets, it is the woman who plays a central role.
Guruji, please shed some light on the figures of the gods.
The first thing is, the divine cannot be described. This is Niti, or the divine rule.
Then how do we give form to this formless, Guruji?
First of all, abstain from any activity that might distract you. Then practice yoga sadhana to comprehend the essence of the deity. Always remember, my son, the sculptor's body and mind both are the tools of his craft.
Yashovarman often visited the temple site to view the progress of his temple.
Rajshilpi, this Panchayatin temple of Lord Vaikuntha Vishnu is indeed unique.
Oh, Rajan, once completed, it will outshine all that has been created before. And in future, it can never be replicated by anyone.
Rajshilpi, we wanted you to build on a grand scale. But this surpasses all our dreams. But of course, there must be a lake in front of the temple for the devotees' ablution before they enter the divine abode. And I will name the lake Sagar.
Under Yashovarman's son and successor Dhangadev, the Chandelas became one of the strongest and most wealthy powers of northern India. The rich booty of war and revenues from conquered lands poured into the kingdom. In thanksgiving for divine bounty, Raja Dhangadev built the Vishwanath temple, dedicated to Lord Shiva.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Your glorious verse has left us spellbound, dear poet. I bestow upon you this purse full of golden coins. And now, Rajguru, who shall henceforth tend to this temple? I give to you the cattle, grain, and land as gifts, so that you can be free of all material concerns and devote yourself in the worship of the Lord.
King Tangadev was succeeded by his son, Gangadev, who initiated the building of a temple to the Lord Vishnu. A deep trough was excavated in the sanctified ground. Grain was placed in it with copper, silver, gold, and great handfuls of the 9 precious gems, all symbols of the concentrated essence of the earth. The interior of the temple, lit with flickering oil lamps, was heavy with the fragrance of incense. The king and his queen paused before the sanctum and worshipped the Lord with the 5 elements. Water from the 5 sacred rivers, flowers to represent the earth, incense to signify the wind. They proffered the sacred fire, while the priests rang bells to recall eternity.